The Raptors lose an absolute heartbreaker to the Brooklyn Nets, 119-116. Live from Real Sports, this is Raptors Tonight. I'm Randy Irving, joined by Jack Armstrong, Leo Rautins, and Paul Jones. And welcome to everyone watching on YouTube. Send us your questions, your comments. We love to get to them during the show. Jack, just first impressions. Tough one.
I'll tell you what, it was a great Friday night game. Place was rocking. It was really entertaining. Both teams played their hearts out. And it's a tough one for the Raptors to lose tonight because I thought they did some really cool things tonight. Fred VanVleet, once again, excellent. Scotty Barnes, the last 15 minutes of the game was awesome. I thought they came up with some big stops when things looked like they were going to get away from them to get back in the game. Malachi Flynn did a really good job. No, this was a fun game. Hey, look, you lose. It's tough to take. I understand that, but I saw a lot of really good things tonight.
Malachi impressed me, and I've been saying this about the kid the last probably year and a half. He's learned how to become a good professional. Stays ready, knows he's not playing, but his number could be called at any time. He stays ready. He's productive when he's in the game. Like, there might have been one game this year where he's put in where he didn't maybe produce the way I thought he was capable. But he did some good things tonight. Mm-hmm. And to Jack's point, like that game to me, if you took the 19,800 people out of the stands and said, Leo, Jack, we're playing outside on the schoolyard, winners stay, losers out, that's the kind of intensity it was.
Yeah, it felt like
it was. I hate to say playoff-like, but
it felt like a playoff game.
It felt like a playoff game.
It sure did, yeah. In that arena, that was loud. That was rocking. That was probably the loudest it was all season. Impressions of the fourth quarter, Leo.
I'm so upset, Randy. All I can do is eat right now.
I hear you.
You know what, Randy, to your point of the fourth quarter, what struck me the most was that Raptors resiliency that we see.
Yeah.
Like they went down, you go down 8, 7, 8.
5 or 8, yeah.
And like they were on the ropes. And you need a big play to keep you in the game. You need a big play. And Fred makes a shot. Scotty makes a shot. You get a stop. And all of a sudden you look up and it's like a one-possession game again. That's the kind of resiliency that's going to see you through when it's all said and done. As Jack said, tough to lose. That's a tough L to take.
Yeah.
Especially when you've lost 3 in a row. You played that hard at home. You had a lead. That's a tough one to take.
For sure.
But they did some things, to Jack's point, they did some things that augur well for the future.
Yeah. All right, it was, the fans were rocking. Let's bring a fan in right now. Where's Oliver? Oliver, you're in? Yeah. Get in, bud. Come on in here.
100%.
Yeah, come on, here's your mic.
Sweet, guys, thanks.
Where'd you get that? I like that.
Oh, they were selling them at the game tonight.
I gotta get one of those.
Awesome, right? I'm
much was
super
that?
stoked on it.
How much?
$40.
Toronto Raptors version
It
of
was
Flavor
worth it.
Flav.
Yeah, I know,
Only needs a
right?
clock.
Only we could have got the W tonight.
There you go.
Yeah, awesome. Cheers, guys. Hey, Jackie, what's up, man? How we doing?
Ask
All right?
Leo the question. No, he's eating a lot, so make
He
him
hasn't
work.
spoke yet.
Oh, no worries. How's the grub, boys? Good?
Very good. It's outstanding.
It's always
Yeah,
good.
no, it's always good here. They do a good job here,
That's the way I
right?
deal with stress.
I know, right? After a tough loss, got to come down here, get a couple laps, get a couple beers.
Yeah.
For sure, guys.
You have a question?
Yeah, I have a question. We've came short a couple times here before, just in the final moments there. I guess my question would be, how can we increase that half-court offense and just be able to capitalize in those final moments?
Well, it's a good question. I personally think that they did a pretty good job tonight, actually,
I did too.
executing and getting some good matchups. I thought their half-court offense was better tonight. They were trailing, and they came down, and the game slowed down.
Yeah, big time.
And they had some really good possessions. My biggest thing right now is tonight I thought Pascal Siakam, he's really dominated the Nets.
Right.
I thought early in the game they were really aggressive.
They were.
And then later in the game, he was kind of looking around and was, so Fred VanVleet and Scotty Barnes were the aggressors. But I tell you what, the Nets were full strength. You're missing Precious Achiuwa, Otto Porter, OG Anunoby,
Right, we were down a few
and Gary
guys.
Trent Jr.
It makes a difference.
I thought they played pretty well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Leo,
Anybody else?
So thanks for that, Jack.
Did you like their half-court execution?
Yeah, like Jack said, I mean, you consider all things considered, I thought they did a pretty good job, right?
Right.
I thought they tried to get the ball up court. even in a half-court setting, try to get the ball up court fairly quickly, right? And then the end of the game, even though they had their droughts, they were just so aggressive in attacking.
Yeah.
And that's the key. You can't sit back. You got to attack these guys. And Scotty was a different player at the end of the game versus the early game because he was
100%.
attacking. He was aggressive. So that was pretty good.
Jonesy, any words?
I liked what they did. I liked Fred's aggressiveness all night.
All night.
Took it into the big guys, took it into the teeth of the defense, got some finishes, created some easy shots for other people. I like that. I think if you keep that up, you're not gonna lose games if you stay that aggressive.
100%. Tough with Kyrie at the end there too.
No, he's a
hitting
great
the
player.
three.
Well, you think of him in the last decade. I don't know if there's a guy more dynamic. I mean, there's better players, but in terms of being able to score at the rim and get his own shot off against anybody,
Right.
he's as good as they get. And, and obviously his Fred VanVleet being super aggressive. But Kyrie, give him credit. He was super great tonight.
Tell me what you said after with Kyrie.
What you've been imploring me to say?
You said it. I thought it was great.
Maybe
made
the
me
earth
think
is
twice.
flat.
Yeah, maybe it is. Yeah, maybe he's right after all.
That's what Leo's been trying to get me to say throughout the whole.
Yeah, maybe the earth is flat.
flat.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
No worries, guys.
Thanks,
Thank you,
man.
man. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, appreciate it,
You got a
guys.
career in
Yeah,
TV.
yeah, no
Good luck
worries.
to you.
Appreciate it, guys.
I love the
Cheers.
blame, man. I love the blame.
It's a lot of fun.
Sharp.
Thanks, you guys. Have a great
Thanks,
night.
bud.
Cheers.
Have a great holiday.
Right here.
Likewise.
All right.
Yeah, I gotcha.
You good?
Yeah, cheers, man.
Thanks, pal.
Thanks, boys. Have a great
Thank
night.
you. Good night.
See you, Oliver.
You know when that never happens? When somebody asks a question, you go, "What that question's that?"
We got good fans.
We got good fans.
I know, but
We
like-
got good
That was a
fans.
thoughtful
Sometimes-
question.
sometimes it'd be good to do
Prepared.
it.
Yeah.
Huh?
Is he a friend of yours?
No,
Okay,
I didn't.
all right.
I didn't.
I want to bring this up.
He only has female friends who are at the door.
I want to bring this up. I went to the back.
I wish.
I went to the back to get my coat before coming to the show.
Yeah.
I was passing the Nets locker room, and working out beside their locker room was Kyrie Irving. Had the weights, and he was lifting.
I'd be jacked up too if I had to see a
And,
game
and
winner.
I walked by and I said to him, "You've done that before here." And he said, "Yes, I have." He said, "Byron Scott was the head coach." And I called out the date. January 26, 2013. Kyrie hits a three-pointer, almost the same spot. He was a little more straight on, knocks it down. Cleveland wins 99-98. He hit that one with 0.7 of a second to go. And he's a bad man.
Yeah.
Like he
It
is.
looked good when it left his hand.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
You know.
He's tough. He's
As
tough in the
soon as he
clutch.
caught the ball and changed direction on the catch, his turn, you
Yeah.
know, like this is a shot right there.
Yeah.
What did you see with
Created space right away.
What did you see with how they defended him tonight? Because him and Durant both, I wouldn't say they didn't go off because they had in and around their scoring average, but
How do you defend?
Yeah, I
him?
gotta
I mean,
say,
they were
I mean,
super efficient tonight.
They were.
super
The
efficient.
Raptors were into him. Like Kyrie had some finishes in the lane where he
Yeah.
had to change hands and throw it up. Like
It's tough to score. I tell you what, like they were trying like crazy to. I mean, what Kyrie Irving did was against really good defense.
Right.
Here's what I was saying. I was talking during the game to somebody. Man, everybody's coming up with all these schemes, right? Well, you got Pascal's a pretty good player, right? Kevin Durant's a pretty good player. Do you need to throw a million traps? Just say, hey, you're a damn good player. Go at him. You defend him. You guard him. Kyrie, because of his ability to just go crazy with the dribble, you're going to have help coming somewhere. But the Raptors, I thought, overall, just in their man-to-man, forget about schemes. Overall, they fought. They
Yeah.
made shots tough. And there's something to be said for that. I mean, you can trap all you want. You can come up with all kinds of stuff, but if you just contest every shot, make every shot as difficult as you can, you're going to give yourself a chance. Hey, did they have numbers? Yeah. But they're going to get numbers.
Yeah.
How difficult do you make it to get those numbers?
Well, and Nurse talked
Nick
about
Nurse-
that. That's what he wanted, right? Get into the
Yeah.
ball, be more aggressive, cut off the straight line drives. Do you think that they did a better job of that?
They played triangle and two at the end exclusively, and I thought that was good because you had Durant and Irving on the floor. With a triangle and two, you basically have a man and a half on them. And Ben Simmons isn't the guy that's going to shoot the ball.
Nope.
Keep him off the glass. Keep him from driving if you can, and no offensive rebounds. So I'm not sure how much else. And like we all sit here as basketball people, sometimes, man, you can be all over a guy, got your fingers up his nose when he's shooting, and he's making a shot. And that's Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant are shot makers.
They are used to fingers up their nose and hands in their face. They're used to that. It's normal. That's every night at the office, right?
You got to be tough. You got to be tough to do what they did. I mean, you know. So I thought the Raptors, you know, I'll tell you what, Scotty Barnes he struggled early on. And Leo made a really good point at the end of the game. We were doing a post-game hit, and he was just more assertive, quicker, just aggressive. Early on, kind of dilly-dally a little bit in the post.
Well, you saw early on, right? I love going to the post, but spin, turn.
Go to your move.
What's happening? People are coming in. It's crowded. Now you got a shot blocker coming in. In the fourth quarter, it was I'm going. Everything is quick, right?
And even in the post, he was more.
Oh, yeah.
Everything he did was more. And I give him credit. I said it during the game. You know, a lot of young players, they, you know, for the first, 33 minutes of the game, he struggled. And, you know, a lot of young players fold up their tent and go home.
Yeah,
but isn't that what we loved about him last year?
Yeah, he fought.
He didn't let what happened affect what's going to happen.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
What do you think is the most difficult part of playing in the post? That something he has to learn or get better at, or are you
Playing
feeling
where?
like in
Randy?
the post?
No, Randy.
No, I
Randy.
think he's got a great post game.
Yeah,
He
Randy
does.
feels good.
I think we said this last year. If I look at you right now, I said, name me two great post players right now.
Yeah, I would say Nikola Jokic.
What?
Jokic.
Yeah.
Okay, keep on.
And then I would say
Now look at it. Does that look like a guy that really means what he's saying? Then I'd say
Embiid when he wanted
Embiid,
to.
Embiid and Jokic are
Right.
like
But the
one
point
and
is,
two, but that's it pretty much.
But the point is, even
By the way,
saying
they won 2 in MVP voting, so maybe there's something to be said for playing in the post a little bit.
But even that, you're still got to think about like who's a good, because there's no good post players, right? You just don't see that. This kid can play in the post. He could do it last year. He comes into the league going, who does this? Who does this? And again, you go back to old school, right? I didn't have to call you a post player. You know what I did? I got a matchup, I'm taking you low. I don't have to be a post player, it's basketball. He plays basketball, right? And guys today don't want to be called a post player. Why not? Who cares? You got a matchup, you take them. But people don't do that. It's kind of a lost art in this game.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You were going to jump in there, Jones?
I just think he goes down there and he makes the right decisions. When to go, like especially the latter part of the game today. When to go, when to pass. He's got his head up down there. If a double comes, he's dumping it down. I like the way the kid's playing. I like his development.
I want to go back to Fred a little bit. I know we touched on him and talked about him a little bit, but another outstanding game. I sometimes think fans forget about how valuable and good he is to this team.
Did you know what's amazing about that question? Hey, do you notice he asked the question while pouring at the same time?
He's very talented. It's a sign of a good host.
Come on, man.
I've spent a lot of years in the service industry.
Well, no, I mean, he,
including now.
the guy was an all-star last year.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy, you know, so like.
Man, he's been so good.
You know, it's interesting. When guys go through slumps, and he was going through a slump, it's like a smart person or a good coach.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't take stupid pills and forget everything you know. It's the same thing with a really good player. You don't take some pill and become a pedestrian player. It's in you. And sometimes it's hard to come out for whatever reason. But the last 2 games, the thing that, to me, he's attacking the paint a lot more.
Like that. Like that's the stuff, getting inside.
He's really going hard
Yeah.
to the paint more. And I think it's really getting his game going a little bit more.
Any other stats stood out to you, Jonesy? Do you feel like, I mean, they shot the ball a bit better, right? These are good signs here. I know they didn't get the win, and that's 4 losses in a row, but
I'm a little
there's
bit,
some positivity here.
We got shot makers on the other team, but the Nets shot too high a percentage for me. And some of those, I mean, they're dump downs to Claxton, they're put back dunks, they're Ben Simmons getting dunks. I mean, I don't know how you defend those when you're paying that much attention, as Leo said, to Kyrie and
Could you be more
and
physical?
Kevin. It's tough sometimes when you're rotating over. Here's what people sometimes forget, that when you rotate, it kills your defense, but it absolutely devastates your rebounding. And there were a lot of things that Claxton got on the offensive glass, or the shot was missed and tipped, and he happened to be hanging around, and he knows that's what he's going to get. So he's kind of skulking around the hoop there. I mean, that's the stuff that helps elevate the field goal percentage that you have to try and take care of, but that goes back to keeping your guy in front of you.
I tell you, I got 2 thoughts. If Pascal plays what we've grown accustomed to as normal game, Raptors win this game. Okay? So we can't have this Fred go off and Pascal's not there, especially without OG, right? Now, he came a little bit of life at the end, but still, you need him to be Pascal.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I know that you're not going to look at him as a starter in terms of what we vision a starter, but anytime Hernan Gomez is in the mix, the guy knows how to play.
I love his game.
I love his game,
Yeah.
and he does so many things. And even he, when the Raptors struggled at times, he's the guy that got a couple of buckets because he moves without the ball. He gets to the right spot.
And he'll rebound.
He'll rebound
defend.
defensively. Yeah, is he good? Okay, he was guarding Kyrie. The Kyrie scores, but he's going to make it as hard as he can. Right? He just has a fundamental base to his game.
No, you're right.
That is really important.
So this is a start for him, and they started well. Is this a?
And how many other games has he started? If they started
well, you know. And
I think there's the other thing too. I mean, you can't have 5 thirsty guys out there.
Right.
You know, you need a guy or two that just says, "Hey, man, I'll back off and let the other guys get going early." And he's one of those guys that will just play off the ball. I made this point tonight about Kyrie. There'll be times that Kyrie will kind of drift and be a cutter and a spacer, and he'll let other guys.
Does the same thing.
Kevin Durant does the same thing, but Aaron, he understands that, hey, probably the 5th option out here. So I got to rebound, I got to guard, I got to cut, I got to move, and he does that well, and it allows the other guys to be good.
And the defense falls asleep. That's when you get those little layups.
Especially when Scotty got doubled at one point. There's just a great cut down the center.
Scotty
of the
had a double, right in front of the next bench. And
he went up to throw that down, too. That was impressive.
That's my name for Juancho in Spanish. I asked him if it was okay if I called him that. He said, yeah, go ahead. Go. It's okay. And cuchillo, the knife.
The knife.
Because he cuts. He's always cutting.
Don't you pick up that Spanish?
He knows Latin, he knows Spanish.
I don't know Latin, but Duolingo during COVID taught me Spanish.
You know about Duolingo?
I don't.
It's a website or an app that you can learn another language. I've been learning a little Spanish on it too. It's good.
Is that a dating app?
No.
Mi casa, you casa, como se llama?
Not every app's a dating app.
That might be a dating app to use, you know?
No.
I count to 10.
All right, guys, got to stop you there. Next game for the Raptors, 6 p.m.
Buenos noches, right?
Buenos noches.
That's good night, right?
Yeah, that's good night. Buenos
There we
tardes,
go.
good afternoon. Buenos dias, good day.
See, I remember high school Spanish class.
Yeah.
Adios.
Next game for the Raptors, 6 p.m. tip-off Sunday night against the Golden State Warriors. Come by Real Sports. Hang out with us. You can be part of the show. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.